Guys, I hope you guys can hear me. This is my first time ever doing a live on YouTube, so I have no idea if this is working. Oh, hi Anne. I think I can see you. Oh, I think there's a little bit of lag. Oh gosh, what have I done? Let's see. Okay. Hopefully this is working, otherwise it's going to be a bit awkward, isn't it? If I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking at the computer, but obviously this is where you guys are, so please forgive me. Hi Anne. Thank you for joining me, dear. Oh gosh, I hope this is working. This is so awkward. I've never done a live stream on YouTube before, so I'm a bit nervous if I'm completely honest with you. But hopefully we're gonna have some fun today. I didn't actually prepare, so I have some things to talk about because I mean a lot has been happening lately, right? So okay. I think I'm just gonna jump straight into it because I kind of want to keep this an hour-ish long, just so later when I edit it down, it's not gonna be hell on earth. So let me do my formal introduction. Hi guys, Han here. Thanks for joining me on our first hangout, like live hangout. Recently I haven't had a lot of time to make content in the way that I normally would or that I would like to. So I thought, why not do a live stream so I could still like talk to you guys. Practice does make perfect, thank you. Why not do a live stream so I could still talk to you guys and just like, we could still connect even if it's not a proper like edited video. Oh, I'm a bit out of focus, bear with me. There we go. Okay, so for today, I thought we would talk about all the stuff that has happened since BTS's latest comeback, the announcement, Jack in the Box, everything that's happened. Also for my guys on Twitter, you guys know that I have a lot to say about HYBE right now. So I'm going to be sharing my opinions and a bit of a story time about what actually happened and why I feel the way that I feel. So hopefully you'll enjoy the tea. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a fun little time together. Oh, thank you. Hi, Jojo. Thank you. You guys are so cute. I washed my hair for this. I'm being dead serious though. I did wash my hair. Anyway, yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first thing we're going to be talking about today is HYBE Insight and why I have personally decided to boycott the HYBE Insight Museum for as long as I live, unless they invite an artist that I really, really love as an exhibition. But yeah, let's talk about the tea. Basically, it all started with the BTS Proof Lucky Draw event. Okay, so for those of you guys who follow me on Twitter, you know that I do geos for a lot of the mainly albums these days. I used to do everything back in the day, but nobody has that kind of time no more. But yeah, so I was like, for the first time in a long time, let me do lucky draws and album geos. And for HYBE specifically, I normally never do HYBE. And the reason why is, for those of you guys who don't know, when you go to the HYBE Museum, you can't go straight into the store. You have to do the 2-hour tour, and then you can visit the shop at the end, and then there's a purchase limit. So if I was to do like a 30 album geo, I would have to go in 10 different times, which is 20 hours of my time that I just do not have, I'm sorry. So obviously I was like, normally I would say no to the HYBE geo, but because this time around it was like their special 1-year anniversary. I can't believe it's only been 1 year actually. It feels like it's been forever. But yeah, it was their 1-year anniversary, and they were like, we're going to close the museum, but we're going to keep the shop open for you guys. And then at that same time, it was obviously BTS's comeback. So they had the Proof Lucky Draws. And then they also had an anniversary sale where everything was up to 50% off minus the albums. So I was like, oh, well, if they're going to be opening the store, I mean, there's going to be a bit of a queue, but like I can just go in and out and in and out and in and out of the store until I've got all the orders, right? Also, I thought. So, the store that opened on Saturday at 10 a.m. It's supposed to be a 3-day event, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. And because it's come back, because I deserve a break in life, I had actually taken off Monday and Tuesday because it was BTS's anniversary. I was like, I'm going to live my best fan life. Like, I'm going to have an amazing time as an army this weekend. We've got comeback on Friday. I hope you guys can't hear the traffic outside. We've got comeback on Friday. We'll chill on the weekend, go to cafes, all the little events that they do in Korea. And then on Monday is the anniversary. And then on Tuesday, we'll just chill because I need a break from life. So this is Saturday morning. I'm so happy I didn't do this, mind you. I didn't go early, even though I knew there would be a queue. If there's any pop-up in Korea and it says opening time is 9 o'clock, people will be there from 9 o'clock the day before. Like, there will always be a queue, and I knew this. So I was like, I debated, should I go early? I was gonna go at like 5 or 6 a.m, but I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm so happy I didn't. I ended up getting there at like 10:30, so only 30 minutes after opening. My friends who I was going with were already there, and the drama that had happened before I had even arrived I was like, what is going on? So basically, people started arriving from like stupid o'clock in the morning, like as early as 3 a.m. Apparently some people had been there since the night before. You know, like the HYBE lucky draws, because they are so time consuming to get, they usually go very expensive on the secondhand market, even within Korea. So I get it. I get why people would go early and why they would queue and everything, right? Here's the thing. People had been there since 3 a.m. in the morning, and one thing I love about K-ARMYs is that they are so organized. Like, they are so organized, it's crazy. So 2 K-ARMYs had taken it upon themselves, and they're like, we're gonna get all these people sorted because you guys cannot just be loitering around in the middle of the night. So they got everybody in a queue, and what they started doing is they would put a number on everybody's hand. They would take down your number, and then they would take down your phone number to make sure that people couldn't just like write whatever they wanted and claim, oh, I'm number 27, and there's like no proof, right? So they would write that all down. And by 10 a.m, they got as far as 700 and something. So that's how many armies they have organized that morning who want to go into the store. Mind you, these are just regular fans. These are not staff. And obviously 10 o'clock rolls around and they hand the staff their little notebook like, hey, look, we've organized everybody for you. There's going to be no issues now. And the staff look at the notebook and then they look at the fans and they look at the notebook and they're like, bet. And they just said, nah, what you guys did is not our business. You guys got here before opening time. You didn't follow the instructions. We don't care if you're organized. We're going to do it our way. So what they decided to do is that they got this little piece of A4 paper with a barcode on it. They took this little piece of paper and they stuck it on the side of the building and they said, be our guests. And oh my goodness. Mind you, this is 700 people. Let's just say 700. It's more than 700, right? Because there are people at this point who are just arriving. There are people who have still yet to get their number, even though they've already been waiting in line. And then you've got the 700 and something people who already have their numbers, right? So let's just say 700 for the sake of simplicity. 700 people see this barcode on the wall. And everyone's like, oh hell no, essentially. Because the problem now is, people who are just arriving can see a line of 700 people and they're like, I'm not going to wait in that line when the barcode is literally 20 feet from me. So they're just going to go straight for the barcode. Number one in that line, who's been waiting since 3 a.m. in the morning, is looking like, no the hell you aren't. I've been waiting here since 3 in the morning. I'm number one. I've waited. We've been organised. So then they start moving towards the barcode. And next thing you know, there is a stampede. A literal stampede of hundreds of people running towards a single piece of paper. And it was madness. It was complete and utter chaos. And mind you, this is the start of the day as well. Like, the thing that, honestly, the two things that really bothered me about this whole experience is, one, the negligence by the staff in the company, and two, the fact that this is like literally the start of Comeback. Like, this is literally the day after the album is released. This is when we're all supposed to start the festivities. And mind you, it's the middle of Festa as well. And it was just a mess. Okay, so hello, hi, let's talk later. I don't know what your actual name is, but thank you for joining. I'm glad you made it. Yes, so, yeah, there's a stampede. Fortunately, nobody is seriously injured during the stampede, but a lot of people were complaining throughout the day that parts of them were like bruised or like sore because they'd been pushed and elbowed and all this stuff. Apparently at one point they'd even ripped down the piece of paper and they were like trying to pass it amongst themselves, especially for the people who've been waiting in line. A lot of those people were trying to like honour the system they'd already made. And mind you, from the staff's perspective, all they had to do was go down the line with the piece of paper so that people could scan it in the order that we've already been waiting, right? I just don't understand why they decided to create absolute mass chaos. But I mean, do you? Anyway, after this whole debacle and then things have calmed down, the girls who had, I think it was the girls, I wasn't here at this point, so this is all from what my friend told me, mind you. The girls who had actually organised all the armies got into a massive fight with the staff because of obviously everything that had just happened, like cussing them out, being like, how could you be so irresponsible, like this is a safety hazard for everybody. And I mean, like, more power to you, like honestly I feel that's the right thing to do. I'm going to interject into my own story just to tell you guys a little tidbit that I happen to know about HYBE. I'm going to tell you just a little bit because I don't want to get sued. But I have a K-Army friend and her childhood friend works in HYBE. And I, myself, have also applied for HYBE. You guys know I was looking for a job at the start of this year. And I did apply for Weverse, Weverse magazine to be specific. And her friend, my friend's friend, told us that essentially what HYBE tend to do is that when you sign a contract with them for whatever position it might be, there is a 6-month probation period. And mind you, this is all on their website, so this is not hearsay. This is all stuff you can check out. And obviously in that 6-month probation period is a determination of whether you're going to get kept on or whether they're going to say, sorry, you're not really what we're looking for. And the thing about the probation period is that regardless of what position you're going to do afterwards, everybody gets the same pay, everybody gets the same benefits, and it's basically like minimum wage, right? So from what my friend told me, that her friend told her, essentially what they tend to do is that if they have a short-term project, they hire people on probation and then they fire them. So the thing is, part of the thing that I felt like throughout a lot of this was like, why is this particular pop-up such a mess? Mind you, they've had the House of BTS, they had the Map of the Soul pop-up, they'd even just recently done the PDT pop-up, and they're having pop-ups in like Jakarta and Malaysia and all these other places. I'm like, this has never been an issue. Like, we've had the same barcode, like, number system all the time, and there's never been a problem. So what happened this time? And I think it's really just simply, they had different staff. Just to give you a bit of perspective to how it normally works, normally what you'd have to do is that you would arrive at the venue, there would be a little like ticketing machine, you'd put in your phone number and they'd send you a message saying, hey, you've been registered, you're in the wait line, your expected wait is XX hours, go away. And they tell you to leave and they send you a message about 30 minutes to when you're actually supposed to enter to come back to the venue. That way, You don't have to spend your whole day waiting in line. You don't have to loiter around the building. I mean, especially in COVID times. Let me tell you, Korea's still very much in COVID times. And you don't have to like waste your entire day waiting outside, right? It's a lot safer and people can go away and do stuff. Sorry, I can see that the focus keeps going off. Let me switch this to manual focus and I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully this is good enough. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so where was I? For this one, however, they decided to do things a bit differently. So once you scan this barcode, it will take you to a website where you signed up. Now, here's the thing that I think they got most wrong out of everything, and that is that they allowed you to reserve up to 4 spaces. And I think this was a massive oversight on the staff's side, because normally, like I said, once you've put in your phone number, you can only reserve the 1 space. Yes, all my babies available. Sorry. Anyway, normally you can only reserve your own space, but this time they let you reserve up to 4 people's spaces. And let's just hypothetically, let's say I'm going with 3 other people. We can all sign up at the same time, and then I can sign up for 4 spaces, and then friend number 2 can do the same, and friend number 3 can do the same, and friend number 4 can do the same, right? So in theory, we can all go in 4 times before any other person has gone in once. And this is where I think the start of the problem happened, because mind you, I arrived at 10:30, right? My friend had actually sent me a picture of the barcode at 10 when all the madness had begun. And I had scanned the barcode in the taxi on my way there. And I was 9,000 in line. 9,000. And I'm like, there's only 700 people with numbers. Let's say another 200 without numbers. And I'm on my way there, and it's only been 30 minutes since opening. How am I number 9,000 in line? And obviously, more people would have done what my friend did, where they would have sent each other the barcode and stuff. But like, that's already a problem, because mind you, of the 9,000 people in line, 8,999 of them could have all booked for 4 places. So you can imagine, like, the chance of getting in is already really low. On top of that, my waiting time was saying like 3 days. I was like, the event is only for 3 days, so I really hope it's not that long. Long story short, anyway, I got there. My friends are fortunately a lot further ahead in the line. They're like 500-ish when I first arrived, and we're just chilling outside. At some point, my reservation, like my webpage, refreshes and it completely cancels my reservation. And I'm like, it's okay, I can go with my friends. But I was freaking out for a second, like, oh my god, I have not waited hours already just to have this, like technical glitch. And I'm skipping over things, I don't want this to be too long, but a lot of minor things happened. Me and my friends are chilling. Oh, and this is another important thing I forgot to mention. It is hot today. It is really hot. So it's 32 degrees, which I believe it's Celsius, which I believe is about 85-ish Fahrenheit. I'm not sure about that, but it's really hot. And it is like pure sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, because it's a BTS day. Of course, there's no bad weather. And mind you, remember I said about usually they would tell you to go away? They didn't do that this time. You had to be at the venue because they were calling numbers out loud, like to the crowd, to tell us when to come and line up. And it was actually revealed a bit later through the day that they were actually doing 50 people per 30 minutes. So you could actually really have just calculated what time you would be going in, depending on what your number was. But they didn't think to tell us that. So we just spent all day literally sat on like the hot concrete outside the building in a massive crowd. Mind you, once again, in the middle of COVID. At this point in Korea, we're still having between like 15 and 20,000 cases a day. And mind you, half of Korea's population lives in Seoul. So there's a lot of people. My friends and I, we're chilling, we're trying to make the best of the day, buying each other water, going to restaurants, all that kind of stuff, because we've got literally hours to go anyway. And then we come back around maybe 3:30 and we're just chilling, we're watching other armies like sorting out their merch, because the best thing about going to these things in person is that, especially because it's a lucky draw where it's random, you can literally swap at the venue, because literally there's people outside of like 7 albums like, does anybody have Jungkook? So that sort of stuff is quite fun. Like the general energy was quite good, but there were just minor things that made it very difficult. Holy guacamole indeed, my dear. It was a lot. Now, this is where everything kind of went wrong. Around 4 p.m, somebody, like literally just a random person that I've been talking to throughout the day, sorry, somebody's knocking, literally some random person I've been talking to throughout the day comes up to me and they're like, have you seen the notice? And I'm like, what notice? And they're like, mind you, at this point we are so tired, we're literally laid on the ground just like, oh my god, take me now. But no, she's like, have you seen the notice on Twitter? And I'm like, huh? And she's like, it's sold out. I'm like, what do you mean it's sold out? Guys, when I tell you, like, for a second, I just couldn't understand words. I was like, what do you mean it's sold out? And so, lo and behold, we go into Twitter and we see, this is HYBE Insight. Thank you for, even the wording of this notice really pissed all of us off. It was like, thank you for your burning passion. Mind you, we're outside in the burning sun. Thanks to your enthusiasm, unfortunately, the Proof album has sold out. Now, let's just repeat that one more time. The Proof album has sold out. And my question is, okay, first and foremost, you guys make this album. I mean, obviously not in the building, but you know what I mean. It's your product. How can you sell out? That's the first question. Secondly is, mind you, we are here for the lucky draw photo card event. You have to buy an album to receive the lucky draw. Fair enough. But from the notice that you've given, the lucky draws themselves are not sold out. Just the album is sold out. So instantly the air changes. Everybody is like, what? Like, you know when you're like, I get, the closest thing I can describe this as is when Namjoon dropped Mono. This is very London specific, but this was the same day as one of the London concerts. And literally we're all sat outside camping waiting for the concert the night before. And you just hear everybody go at the same time. And it was basically that all over again, but not for a good reason. So we're all like, no, it's 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. We've been waiting all day in this burning sun. This cannot be happening. Next thing you know, this is my own picture. Let me share it with you guys so you can see what happened. There is a massive crowd out. Can you guys see this picture? I hope you can. Anyway, there is a massive crowd outside the entrance because everybody who's still waiting their turn just rolls up to the front door like, excuse me, what do you mean there's no albums? And the thing is, we're asking the staff, we are prepared to give you our money, pay for an album and walk away with just the lucky draws without any physical album. That's not a problem for us. We're crazy like that. We just want our photo cards. And they're like, actually, no, you can't do that. And we're like, okay, so we need a bit more information. And mind you, I don't know if you can tell from this picture, but there is one staff member somewhere in there. There's only one staff member and they have no megaphone, they have no microphone, they have no speakers. They're literally talking room level to like 4 people in front of them, and we're all passing the information to ourselves, translating for each other, because the staff are just not organized. Like, honestly, the only way to describe this whole thing is that the staff are just not organized in any way. Long story short, they were like, you can't buy the photo cards. The only people who are allowed in now are people who want to participate in the sale. And this is the thing. Remember, they're having this up to 50% off sale at the same time. Bearing in mind, 90% of the people here have come for the BTS album in the first place. The question now becomes, okay, if all those people leave, for those of us who still want to go in and buy other merch, can we just walk in now? And then, next thing you know, they bring out this little, oh my god, this thing, every time I look at it, it pisses me off. Sorry. They bring out, bear with me, this video will get there. They bring out this little A3 little piece of paper on a little sign plaque. And I don't know if you can read it, but it says temporary closure. As in, they're closing the museum. And we're just like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? How can you be, oh, hi Florence, welcome to the chat. Yeah, literally, F that is literally the whole mood at this point. Literally. They're just like, oh my god. They're like, the museum's closed. And we're like, what do you mean? I've been waiting here all day in the burning sun for nothing. Oh my god, I need to calm down. I'm getting stressed out again. Anyway, after about 30 minutes of us complaining, they're like, okay, we're gonna let you guys in, but you still have to wait your turn. And this is where the new issue presents itself, because firstly, they've confirmed at this point there's no more albums, even though there's lucky draws left. We can't buy them. And also, it's not just sold out for today. Mind you, this is a 3-day event. They said they've sold all the albums for the entire 3-day event within the first half of the first day. So they're like, those of you who want to come in for the sale can still come in. However, you still have to wait your turn. And the thing is, let's say at this point my friend is like 320 in the line. So let's say there's 319 people in front of her, right? If those people decide to leave because they can no longer buy the proof albums, they can't actually cancel their reservation on the reservation system. There's no way to cancel. So even if they're not physically there and they're not physically going inside the store, we still can't go inside until our turn comes. Literally, who made this plan? Like, who made this system? How can it be so bad? Like, they're acting like they don't know how many of us there are. Mind you, I repeat, this is not their first pop-up. I have been to at least 3 different BTS pop-ups since 2020, like early 2020. So they've had plenty of experience. They know what the demand is like. I have stood in queues for like 3 hours straight. They know what we're like really and truly. And oh my goodness, it's just ridiculous. For me personally, even the fact that they were doing like 50 people per 30 minutes, it's ridiculous. When one person finishes paying, they should be asked to leave immediately and somebody else should be allowed to go in, so as many people as possible can go in and out throughout the day. Like, it just didn't make sense. Long story short, I was there until 6 o'clock. Mind you, I got there at 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday, the day after comeback. I digress. I left at 6 o'clock. And the only thing I'd done is spend money and time, because I took a taxi there, I took a taxi home. Mind you, this is the opposite side of Seoul for me. It's like 30 minutes by car. And we went home with nothing, you know, just broken souls. So yeah, the whole day was a disaster. It was a massive waste of time. We all left very upset. And for me personally, as I said, I just feel like the fact that I didn't get merch aside, the negligence and the lack of safety and the attitude of the staff it all just left me like feeling so upset. Mind you, I've worked customer service pretty much my whole life. I don't work right now, but like I've dealt with rude customers. I've dealt with angry people. Boxing Day is the day after Christmas in the UK. It's basically our Black Friday. We also have Black Friday nowadays. Like, I've dealt with all those things. I understand it's stressful when you've got a lot of people demanding something from you. And it's not necessarily your fault. Like, this time I kind of think it was. But, yeah, it was just so bad. And I'm glad nothing serious happened, but something really could have. Like, for myself personally, I was actually really sick at the time that I went. Just, like, the Tuesday before this was Saturday, right? So on the Tuesday, I had actually passed out on the train on my way to work and gone to the ER and everything. I'm fine, by the way, just to let you know. But I was very worried on the day that I was going to pass out again, because the doctor was like, it's basically stress, don't overexert yourself. And here I am in the burning sun waiting in line for 6 hours. So, well, not even 6, like what, 8 hours almost. It was a wasted day. I was very upset, and I've just decided that, you know what, I just can't be bothered. Like, it's just not worth it for me anymore. So I will not be going to HYBE ever again for any reason, unless they bring an artist that I really, really enjoy. So that's just my 2 cents on that. That's the whole story. Slightly condensed version. I know I spoke for a long time, but yeah, that's essentially what happened at HYBE Insight. Excuse me. So anyway, moving forward. Now that we've got all the sad and annoying and angry stuff out of the way, let's talk about some actual good stuff. Let's talk about BTS. Yes, our babies. I feel like this picture needs to be bigger. Hold on a second. Let me make it bigger for you guys. There we go. Yes, our boys. So, oh my goodness, this comeback has been so much. I'm being real with you guys, actually. So, for me, I like BTS and TXT, right? So, we just had the whole TXT comeback with Minisode 2. Mind you, this is my favourite TXT album, but this is not about them today. That was a great comeback, but for me personally, my job right now is really, like, demanding, and I'm just so tired. So, I didn't get to fully enjoy it, which is why I took the time off for BTS. I was like, this is my alt group. BTS is BTS, like, they're my everything. So I need to enjoy this comeback. I need to take time for myself just to be an army. Obviously, HYBE made day one of that very difficult. But I was like, it's going to get better. loving the new songs on the album. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I was not as like emotionally moved by Yet to Come as I expected to be. Like, the song is great, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't like moved to tears the way that a lot of people were online. However, For Youth, that bitch got me. For Youth had me all up in my feelings, just like, oh my goodness, if I never, I'm not gonna sing on YouTube, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just a beautiful song. Like, BTS will never fail to amaze me with their lyrics. Let me get this picture out of the way now. Sorry guys, bye. But yeah, BTS will never fail to amaze me with their lyrics. And it's just like, For Youth, especially starting with Young Forever, even though it got spoiled, you know what, I hate this. I know the Korean media get to hear the songs before we do, and they always write the little articles where it's like, oh, it's sampled Forever Young and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't want to know that. Like, it's literally 2 hours before the album comes out. Just wait. Like, it's so annoying. But yeah, I saw spoilers that Forever Young was, is it Forever Young? Young Forever, sorry. Young Forever was sampled. However, I was not expecting it to be from a live performance, and I was not expecting it to start from Hot Dogs part, because we all know like that part just hits you in the feels, right? So that really got me when I heard it. Run BTS. Oh, sorry, I just spilled that on myself. Run BTS is a song. Oh my goodness. Every time I feel that, I hear that song, I feel like I just need to do something. Like, I need to move. I need to fight somebody. It just gets me so hype. Literally lives up to its name. I love how they changed the lyrics at the end to Run Beautiful as well. Just, why these guys like this? They're just so cute. But no, like, seriously, everything was wonderful with this album. I think it was perfect the way it should have been. Like, I know during the lead up to the actual release of the album, we all had like different opinions about the track list, why and certain B-sides and stuff went on it and all that kind of stuff. But I think hearing it in its entirety made sense. Mind you, you know what? I still haven't listened to the third CD because I haven't had a chance to sit down and just focus. I'm very weird, but when I listen to an album for the first time, I like to be like in the zone. I don't want anybody to disturb me. I just like, okay. But yeah, so I haven't listened to the third CD yet, but from the first 2 CDs and the 3 new songs, minus Downpure on the third CD, I get it. Like, I get why they made all the choices they did. I get the story that it's telling, and it does feel complete in that sense, even though there's songs that I personally would be like, this song is an underrated pop, it should be on this album, but I digress. It was really fun. Festa as well, obviously, was really nice, even though I feel like Festa kind of fell to like the background because of all of the like album information that was coming out. However, oh my goodness, the BTS dinner. Guys, I was not ready. Third CD is such a treat. Enjoy it when you get the chance. I definitely will. Like, my birthday's coming up very soon, actually, and I think that's gonna be my treat to myself, is I'm just gonna be like, forget the world, and I'm just gonna listen to the CD. So yeah, I'm very excited, honestly. But BTS dinner, oh my goodness, I was not ready. It's the long and short of it. I was honestly expecting it to be, you know, like what we get every year. It's really chill, it's really cool, it's really fun. I was fully ready to enjoy. I had a glass of wine and a bag of crisps or chips for my Americans, and I was like, this is about to be a good time. And next thing you know, I'm like bawling my eyes out. And when I say bawling my eyes out, I mean like literally, not even just like, oh, I'm so sad. Literally bawling my eyes. I was crying harder than Namjoon was, like, really and truly. I think for me personally, first thing, I wasn't ready. I think none of us were in that sense. Also, I just wasn't expecting them to get as emotional as they did and be as honest as they were. I mean, I know they advertised it as like no script and all that kind of stuff, but I think the stuff they shared with us just made a lot of sense, you know, like them expressing how they're tired and they just don't know what message to share anymore. And it really makes sense if you think about it. They've spent pretty much the most significant part of their lives, their 20s, as artists. So they've had a lot of experiences that not necessarily the general public can relate to. And I can see how that would make it hard for them to then write music about all the stuff we expect them to, really, you know, like we all really enjoy their message, but they have to experience things to have a message to share, you know. So I get what Namjoon was saying, but it's just the way they were saying it and the fact that like they were so emotional and Namjoon was crying that I was just like, this feels so much bigger than what they're saying. Because like, I know Yoongi said that, oh, it's going to be our off season, but it's not like we're disbanding. And Tae was like, oh, we're still going to do Run BTS as a group and we're still going to have group activities. So it was very clear that it wasn't like a retirement or like a hiatus or like them breaking up or anything. Hi! Chewy. That's very cute. Oh, Chewy. That's very cute. Thanks for joining. But yeah. It was very clear it wasn't going to be like a hiatus, but from the way that they were reacting, it felt like it was going to be so much more than what they were saying it was going to be. So for me, honestly, I kind of left that video feeling very confused about what was actually going to happen. Like, were they actually going to have activities besides Run BTS? Are they still going to have concerts? Are they still going to have albums? Like, it just wasn't clear to me. And I think for me personally, it was the uncertainty that was more scary than the change itself. Because being completely honest with you guys, I kind of saw it coming, like the whole we're going to step back from group things and do solo activities, because Jin has to go to the military. Like, really and truly, I know, I hate this notion that foreigners are allowed to have opinions on this, because that's a load of BS. Jin does have to go to the military, and I'm going to fill you guys in just a little bit, I don't know how much you guys know about the military system in Korea, but I think a lot of people say that foreigners shouldn't talk about it because a lot of people don't know about it in enough detail. So to give you a very quick 5-minute breakdown, normally you have to go by the age of 28. This is international age. And when they say 28, it's not by your 28th birthday, it's the year that you turn 28. So for example, Jin turns 30 this year in December, right? And between January 1st and December 31st this year, he needs to enlist. That's basically how it works. So for BTS, they were given a 2-year extension because of all their amazingness, which is why Jin gets to go when he's 30. But like I said, that is this year, 2022. So he has to go before December 31st, which means if he gets drafted this year, he cannot delay. Like, for example, if he gets drafted this month, he can't delay until next month. He has to go this month. There usually is a little period between when you're drafted and your actual entry. I think it's about 3 months. It varies though. It depends on what part of the military you're going to. Marine Corps, the Air Force, all that kind of stuff. Some people do just like police, essentially. So there's lots of different sectors to it, but excuse me. But basically, he has to go this year. Yoongi will have to go next year. Namjoon and Hoseok will have to go in 2024. Jimin and Taehyung will have to go in 2025. And then Jungkook will have to go in 2027. So I get that they have to do solo activities because they can't do OT7 activities. And for me personally, I would rather see them do solo activities than see them do activities without a specific member. Like, for me personally, I don't like seeing an incomplete BTS. Obviously, from the fan perspective, we were all hoping that they would go together. That was basically the consensus amongst K-armies, is that we were hoping they would go together. However, for HYBE, they would hate that. And the reason they would hate that is because their stocks would plummet, which is exactly what happened when this BTS dinner video came out. Their stocks dropped literally the next day. And it's because there is still a lot of uncertainty about, firstly, can HYBE survive without BTS? Because until this year, TXT were doing really well, but they hadn't done anything so significant when compared to BTS that a lot of people are of the opinion that even though TXT are a great artist, they are not enough to maintain HYBE at its current standard. There's also the thing of when BTS do eventually come back, will they be quote unquote as popular? Which I have a lot of thoughts on, but we're not going to get into that today. Let me read a comment real quick. Honestly, I still don't know why, if we're getting any DVD content from now on, apart from memories, which are already filmed. I'm still a bit confused. I completely feel you. Like, it just, for me personally, it's like, when they announced it, I was like, I understand what the boys are saying, but the way they're reacting makes it feel like BTS is gone, you know? And then there was obviously the whole media frenzy afterwards. But then at the same time, if it was that deep, there would have been an official announcement at the same time as the video. The official announcement only came out to kind of like clarify things, but it still didn't do a very good job. And then they've got like their Formula One ambassador thingamajiggy, and then the World Expo in Busan for 2030, and it's like, so they're still trying to do things, but like, to what extent? I'm trying to think what they've recorded so far that we haven't got yet, but honestly I can't think of anything. We've already got the Soju DVD. We've got Map Soul DVD. Yeah, I can't really think of anything they've done recently. I mean, they could do a PDT DVD, but you know what? Honestly, oh my god. Honestly, I feel like, let's say HYBE. HYBE are being a dead horse with all these DVDs and like online streams. Like, I get having an online stream for like the first show, or like a show that is significant. So I remember like back in the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself era, they did the live stream for, I believe, Newark, in the New York show, because that was their first stadium, and they did Wembley, and then they did Seoul. Oh, and they did Saudi Arabia and Brazil, right? And I'm like, that makes sense, because those are all significant. Like, those are their first times in specific locations, or first time in stadium, the start and end of the tour, all that kind of stuff makes sense, right? But the way they did like a live stream for almost every single PDT show, I'm like, guys, calm down. I mean, I get it, because obviously it was still the pandemic, so a lot of us, that's the only way we could enjoy concerts, but it was a lot, I can't lie. Even right now, seeing them do TXT, because mind you, we just had the TXT shows yesterday and today, that was amazing as well, but that's for another day. They did live streams for both the days, and I'm like, I'm hoping it's not going to be this thing where they live stream every single show, because you know what? Believe it or not, I really enjoy watching my like 144p illegal stream on Twitter. Like, there's excitement that goes hand in hand with that, you know? I feel like they're doing a bit too much. So if we could pull back on the live streams a little bit, I'd appreciate it. Anyway, let's see what else we've got. Exactly, when we know it was coming, but it still hurt at first. Now we're trying so hard to keep up with everything. Mate, keeping up is just not in my vocabulary anymore. I'm like, I need you guys to slow down, because I can't do this. Like, I have a full-time job. I need time to sleep. Yeah, exactly. When Yoongi had his surgery, exactly. It's just, for me personally, even for me, honestly, it's something I've been saying since day one of this pandemic. Like, from the moment we knew it wasn't going to be like a 6-month thing, I was like, why haven't they enlisted? Because mind you can enlist voluntarily. So I was like, now is the time. They're predicting that this thing is going to last at least another year and a half. Go and come back. And then they released Dynamite, and I was like, okay, well, that's not going to happen now. But if it was before Dynamite, I honestly wish they had just gone and come back, because that means BTS would be back now, you know? So I digress. Anyway, it's good they're still doing their solo stuff, though. I think it's important that they have space to express themselves as an individual. We're going to talk about J-Hope today, if we have enough time, because oh my god, I have a lot to say. But yeah, like, it's nice to see that they're gonna have a lot of solo stuff coming up, but it was still a lot. It was a lot, man. Like, honestly, I went to bed crying that day, because I watched this thing at like 12 a.m. in the morning, like right before I went to sleep, and I did not fall asleep until 3 a.m. and I was still crying. It was a lot. I felt stupid the next day when Jungkook came on live and started doing the dishes, though. Like, what are you guys making a big fuss about? I was like, you know what? You're right. That was a fun V-Live, mind you. But yes, moving on now to I think, honestly, the highlight of today. This man right here. Oh my goodness. I have so much to say, so many thoughts. First and foremost, this album is looking to be everything I could possibly want from Hosok right now. Like, I'm so excited. Something I've personally always hated is people saying that Hosok is one-dimensional, because I think why I hate hearing that, firstly, it's just not true. And also, I think it's because I kind of relate to that sort of expectation. Like, so many people look at me and they're like, oh, you're so bright, you're so optimistic, like, you're always so happy-go-lucky. And I actually really hate that, because that's just not true. The way I am in front of other people is not dishonest or not genuine. Not genuine. You know what I'm trying to say. But my point is that obviously when you're in a space with other people, nobody wants to be the Debbie Downer. Nobody wants to be the mood killer, right? So obviously you put the effort into being kind to other people, being nice, being friendly, being amicable and all that stuff, right? Oh, mate, I've seen people who call themselves armies who say that Hosok is one-dimensional. I'm like, you and I are not going to be friends. I'm sorry. Anywho, let's not get into that today. But yeah, so like I kind of get where people come from, because for me personally, like when I'm by myself, firstly, I'm introverted. I actually don't like people that much. I always feel bad when I say this, because it's not like I'm saying I don't like you guys. That's not it. But it's like, for me personally, my social battery drains extremely quickly, and I have to like mentally prepare myself to be in a space with other people. I like my me time. I like having my own space. I like being by myself, and usually when I am in that sort of situation, I'm a lot more chill, really and truly, because I'm by myself. I mean, I do talk to myself a lot, but worrying amount. But besides that, like I can literally be like for like 3 hours and be completely happy, right? And I completely get that Hosok is kind of like similar in that sense, that obviously when he's on stage, his name is literally J-Hope, first and foremost. Like, he has to live up to that expectation. Nobody, like, especially in Korea and like the K-pop world as well, if you see an idol with a frown on stage, people are like, oh my god, they're so ungrateful, they're in front of their fans, they don't even care. Like, people are intense, bruv. So I was like, I get it. Like, obviously he's going to be really bright and really happy and all this stuff. Oh no, my camera's going to die. Okay, wait, hold on a second. I have... Uh-oh, this is not supposed to happen. Bear with me 2 seconds. I have a webcam, so I might have to switch over. It's not plugged in though. Where is the plug? Oh no! Where is it? It's this one. The quality is about to drop, and I apologize, but it's because like my camera is about to die. Let's change video capture. Okay. Let's use this bitch over here. Ooh, why are you like this? And audio capture. This one. Okay. Oh, I hope this sound is in sync. Let's turn this one off. Can you guys see me? Is the sound in sync? Uh-oh. Let's figure this out. Things I cannot hear what you guys are hearing because I do not have headphones. The sound is doubled. Uh-oh. How about now? Oh. Is it still echoing? Okay, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. This is a learning experience, guys. You're gonna have to forgive me for the terrible setup. My camera was fully charged when I started, I swear. Okay. Oh, hard to hear me now. Why is that? That's full volume. So hopefully that's good enough. Fingers crossed. Let me know if the sound is still bad and I'll try and fix it. But for now, let's keep going. So where were we? We were talking about Jack in the Box. Yes, hopefully being multi-dimensional. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, I get why people say that, but I feel like it's just, if you think about it just a little bit more, you'd realise that's just not true. Oh, I need to be looking at this camera now. But I think like it's really nice for him to now have this album as a space to show off like his own style, you know what I mean? And he obviously told us it was going to be dark, but like, oh my gosh. I was not ready, but I was ready, but I wasn't ready, you know what I mean? It was just like more. I know it's cliche to say, but it left me wanting more because I'm just like, I need more of this. And also, I'm kind of sad because I was really hoping that Piece of Peace Part 2 would be on this album, but just judging by the vibe that we're getting right now, obviously that's not going to happen. But like, oh my goodness, Also, hi to the other people who've joined. Sorry, I don't think I said hi to Jahan and Bethany. Thank you for showing up. No, this is the thing, like, this album, no, sorry, this is to Bethany's comment that I was responding. This album, I'm so happy he did what he did with More, because he just said, you know what, I'm going to throw out everybody's expectations. I don't care what you want to see. From me, I'm going to give you what I want to show you. And, like, even the song itself, it's so artistic. Like, it's so clear he did not make it for the general public, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, like, I was so happy. And I was a bit worried as well, because I was like, bear in mind, excuse me, I don't know if I've actually told you guys much about my new job, which we can talk about in length another time, but I actually am the editor-in-chief, as one of my many roles. I'm the editor-in-chief of our magazine, and so I do have a few writers who write underneath me, and I also do a lot of writing myself, and I, as part of my job, have to listen to a lot of K-pop music. And you know what, I'll be completely honest with you guys, there are some good things out there. Like, honestly, there are some rookie groups, I've had to listen to the whole album or their whole discography because I only have like 3 albums, and some of them are really good, but there's also a lot of trash, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of it is not good. And mind you, I do believe that there's a difference between good music and music that is your style, and I'm fully aware of that. I have a music background, I'm not like super professional, but I did do a lot of like vocal training in my youth. I did like whole school choir, gospel choir. My dad is a DJ, my brother is a DJ, and my younger brother is a pianist, so I grew up surrounded by music and I have a deep interest in music. So I feel like I'm qualified to comment on what's good music or not. But yeah, I was really worried because just judging by the tastes of the current general public and like what's popular in the 4th gen and all that kind of stuff, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be received well, but at least for the people that I've spoken to and the people that I work with, all of them are like, this is everything, this is amazing. I'm like, yes, because my boy is a genius, it's a masterpiece, and I need the rest of it. Speaking of needing the rest of it though, I need Weverse to explain to me where my CD is, because I have money that I want to give you, but there's nothing for me to receive in return. Where is the CD? Where is the photo book? Where is the lyric? For me, personally, the thing I'm most sad about is the lyric card, because like I mentioned earlier, I love BTS's lyrics, right? Like, that's what kind of drew me into them as artists, and it's something I look for in all music that I listen to. The songs with the good lyrics are my favourites. So when I saw that there was not going to be a lyric book, like a physical lyric book, I was like, why? Long story short, why? And judging by the whole Weverse album app thing, I can see that what they're probably going to do is they're probably trying first and foremost to create their own like streaming service, which, you know what, I'm not 100% against. I do like some other Weverse or HYBE artists like 17, so I'm not 100% against that. Yes, even the Weverse, the BTS Inside book, I'm so excited for that. I brought it literally as soon as it came out. I was like, this is the kind of stuff I love. Like, I die for lyrics. So I'm thinking like, okay, they might do like a digital photo book as well, because when you first install the app, there's like a little pop-up or something. I'm like, you know what, I'm not against that, but just not having the option to have it physical is also just a bit, And more importantly, I feel, this is just my speculation, but I feel like they're trying to warm us up to digital content so that later they can release the NFTs. And yeah, I'm not about it. Like, long story short, I'm just like, don't try and pull the wool over my eyes. I'm not stupid. Like, don't treat me like an idiot. I will be a what's the word? Like, a consumer who's very careful about where they spend their money. Like, I'm always willing to support our boys, but NFTs are just not it for me. Oh, sorry, for Bethany, you just mentioned cause and for potential merch. Yes, first and foremost, based on, because I was looking, you know, the little graphic, the graphic video clip that they released it on, I think it was BTS merch or HYBE merch, I can't remember which account it was, but it was one of the merch accounts, so I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I see you. So I'm excited for the merch that's gonna drop. Yeah, literally same NFTs, literally. Laughing because YouTube flagged your comment, Bethany. But no, literally the mood though. Yeah, like, I'm excited for the merch though, and actually I was debating whether I was going to share this with you guys because it's all very much an idea at this point. But I did actually want to try doing a charity event through some merchandising. So like I wanted to design, because I've really been wanting to like start like a fan made merch store because I love just making things, and I wanted to do stuff for the members' solo projects, and I was thinking of doing something for J-Hope, or for Hosok, shall we say, and sorry, that just reminded me of how somebody was like, nobody's called him hobbies since the concept photos dropped. But yeah, I want to do something for Hosok anyway. And I wanted to do a thing where it's like a percentage or like an amount from the sales go towards charity, and do something in his name or like in Army's name as a celebration for his album, and do that for every member. So that's still very much just like an idea, but if that's something you guys think would be cool, let me know. And then like if you have an idea for any charities, I was thinking either like a pride charity or a children's charity, but literally nobody's calling hobby right now. Like you just can't. You just can't. It's like that's Mr. Jung right there. What do you mean? But yeah. Anyway, that's something I'm thinking about right now. So it's all an idea. I want to see what official merch they come out with first. Rugs are cool, but rugs are very time consuming and they're very expensive. I want to do something smaller and cheaper that are more accessible, essentially, because I want, obviously, as a charity event, the more people who participate, the more we can raise, right? So right now I'm thinking like plushies or like plush key rings or something like that, so something very inexpensive. But the only thing is that I would have to look from what do you call this, manufacturer. Oh, you'd be surprised actually, rugs are not as heavy as you would think, especially because it's all fibers. The yarn is quite light. I think the heaviest rug I've sent so far is still less than 1 kg, so you'll be surprised. But yeah, yeah, I want something I could do in mass, so we could raise as much money as possible. But it's all still very much an idea. But yeah, anyway, my goodness. Oh, we're coming up to our hour, so I think it's time to wrap things up. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today. I had so much fun actually. I was really, really nervous to do this, but lol, Bethany. Let me type in the chat real quick. This is why people have moderators. Noted. Anyway, but yes. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for coming out to see me, and thank you. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you for you guys who don't follow me on Twitter but follow me on YouTube. I know I haven't been posting at all recently, basically, and it's mainly because I don't have time. Like, my job right now is really intense. Like, I kid you not, I've worked past 10 p.m. twice in the last week. So it's a lot right now. My weekends are all I have, and there's so little I can do, but I am slowly gearing up. Like, I'm planning videos, I'm buying a new desk very soon, and just getting myself ready. But I thought that these little like live hangouts would be a good way for us to still stay connected and still chill and have fun together without it being so much like editing and stuff on my end. So I'm glad to hear that you guys enjoyed this. Oh, that's so sweet, Bethany. I'm glad this was a nice start to your day. Next time we'll do like a vote for the timing, because I know for the people on Twitter it was very short notice. I do apologise for that. But I'm thinking maybe like once a month, or maybe like once every 2 to 3 weeks would be a nice amount, depending on when stuff is happening. But yeah, I really enjoyed this today, and I hope you guys did too. I will see you very soon, hopefully in the actual video, if not in another hangout. Oh, also, for anybody who is a Moa, if you want a TXT one sometime soon, let me know, because obviously I did go to the concert yesterday, watched the concert today. There's a lot to say about Miniso in and of itself, so let me know. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed today. I hope you're happy and safe wherever you are. This has been Han from the Haniverse. Thanks for stopping by. And now I realise I don't know how to stop this. Wait, I think I...